Nope.
Charity trying to screen a Montreal Canadiens playoff game gets shut down, not by the police, but by the NHL.
Can you believe it? Can you
Unbelievable.
believe it?
I
Now,
cannot, Gary. I am floored by this one.
so am I, but not surprised because we are talking the NHL and you know who,
Yeah,
Bettman. So it doesn't surprise me in the least. And, trying to watch a hockey game now with all of the ads on the ice and around the boards,
right.
trying to watch it on TV is so freaking distracting. Anyway.
It is.
For those who may not be aware of this, there was a group in Gatineau over the weekend that got the clearances from, I believe it was TVA was carrying the game.
Yeah, TVA Sports.
They got the clearance because TVA had the broadcast rights. They got the clearance to go ahead and set up a large screen in it looked like the town community center arena kind of thing. And
it's called the Slush Puppy Center.
That's right. The Slush.
Yeah.
Quite the unique name. Anyhow, and they were selling tickets to come in and watch the game on the big screen, and they were raising money for a charity. So things get rolling, and then along comes the NHL.
Right.
And despite them having the okay from TVA to use the signal, the NHL steps in and says, no. We have licensing rules, and Gatineau falls within the area of the Ottawa Senators.
Yeah.
Okay. So the media goes to the Ottawa Senators for a comment, and the Ottawa Senators said, not us, go talk to the NHL, because they weren't pushing it. It was the NHL pushing it. And the NHL comes back and says, basically, that this is the policy, and no, you cannot have access to that broadcast, period. You are not to, you cannot sell tickets, and that's it. Wait, what?
Yeah.
What are you, the Senators took, they stayed out of it, and rightly so. Why would, they're not
why would you get involved? Why would you want to even comment on that, really?
Yeah, you're not even in the playoffs. So what's the point?
Their team is not in the playoffs. And here's the whole thing. Gatineau, they don't have a professional hockey team. They're right across the river from Ottawa. Okay, and Ottawa doesn't even play in Ottawa. They play in a suburb called Canada, which is further west. So you have a community that obviously is feverish about hockey, especially this time of the year. If the Ottawa Senators were in the playoffs, they'd certainly be watching the game and cheering their team on. They're not in the playoffs. Obviously, Montreal Canadiens fans, because they're in Quebec, and just because of the Montreal Canadiens showing who received permission from TVA Sports to broadcast this, that the NHL believes it's marketing infringement. They're seeing the watch party as marketing activity, and all for charitable work. What is wrong with the NHL? And I'll tell you what is wrong. Gary Bettman.
I was just going to say the same thing.
He's a freaking fossil. Nobody tells this guy what to do. He does what he wants, and that's period. So I think this, this should become a big black eye to the NHL and Bettman. This is absolutely ridiculous because what? They're going to be playing commercials, on the boards that may not be Ottawa Senator centric, and they might be more Quebec centric. Well, they're showing this in the province of Quebec. Most people in Ottawa speak French. not going to be a problem for them. And I don't think anybody in Ottawa cares about it. And obviously, the Ottawa Senators don't care about it because they didn't make a statement about it either.
Exactly.
So
And
I
why
just
would
think
they?
it's just what an absolute shameful act by the NHL for closing an opportunity for spectators in the Gatineau region, which produce a lot of good hockey players and have great junior hockey teams, to put a black eye on the community of Gatineau like this for no freaking reasons than saying, well, it's my NHL and this is the way we do it. You know what? Rules are rules, which are great, but was it the right thing to do? Was it a good thing to do? Was it a terrible thing to do? And it's no, 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 no. So why did you do something so stupid?
Yeah,
I
technically,
was floored when I saw this.
I couldn't believe it. I just could not believe what I was reading. Now, technically, it's legal, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
But, small p politically, it's tone deaf, to say the least. The NHL is at risk of damaging its brand, taking on, Canadian hockey culture and a charity. Like,
yeah.
yeah. So we're and the question is, where do you draw the line on enforcement? You have to use common sense. There was no common sense here, and that just tells me even more so just how focused on dollar and cents the NHL is. It's to a point, Eddie, I think, that the corporate side of the NHL doesn't really give a damn about the product on the ice. It just cares about the bottom line and what that product, whatever it is generating for the NHL coffers. And trying to nickel and dime every advertising opportunity. And again, like I say, the technology exists and they're using it. But, oh God, like the ads and that stuff. And it's bad enough when they change the ad. But then when you've got an ad with a car that's driving up along the boards as well, and about
while
5 or 6
players fighting with the puck.
Yeah, you're trying to watch what's happening, and it's distracting. It really, at least for me anyway. Maybe it's because I have a short attention span.
I hate it.
Yeah. So.
And it's static commercials is one thing. Moving commercials is a whole different ballgame while you're trying to watch the game. And yeah, you're right. I mean, you know what? Fine, you might have had 4,000 people watching commercials that weren't targeted towards them, but nevertheless, these commercials are being shown and people are seeing them. And how many people actually pay attention to damn commercials that are moving on the wall? I don't.
Nope.
Ask me what commercial I saw last moving on the wall. Cut me some slack, And it's just very sad. And what if you didn't sell 4,000 tickets? What if they just decided to have an open air party? Is that okay? Gary, what if I have 4,000 people in my beautiful apartment here? I can't fit 4,000. Is there something wrong with that? Like, where do you draw the line on this? A total anal, asinine move by the NHL. Very, very embarrassing. I think this should be a total embarrassment for the league. It's completely uncalled for. It's not like they sold out, a 20,000 seat arena.
Yeah, exactly. And I think really that the ownership of Ottawa, and even the ownership of Montreal should
raise some hell.
Yeah, I really think so. Like, use some common sense. And it was a charity. Like, nobody was making money on it. Nobody was going to get rich. But it was for a charity. And it was all above board all the way through. Talk about an overreach. I'm just totally blown away by that. I'm not surprised, but I am to a degree, and just blown away by it. I just cannot believe that they would do that for something like this. And as I say, I really do hope that the Ottawa ownership and the Montreal ownership raise some hell about it. I really do.
So do I.
All right. Our takeaway, Eddie?
Our takeaway. Just because you can enforce the rule, Gary, it doesn't mean you should.